Welcome to another episode of the Talk It To Me podcast with your hosts, Tim Klingman and Phillip Smith. Intro and outro music by Empty Beds, emptybeds.bandcamp.com. We're back at it again with another episode of the Talk It To Me podcast. As always, it's your host here, Phillip Smith, and Tim Klingman.
Hello.
Hello! Ha ha ha.
How's it going?
It's going. It's gone. Let's see here. I'm doing a little quick check on OBS. Okay, OBS is still recording. That's good. That means this episode's going and working. Yeah, so, yeah, we're having some fun here this week. We have kind of a prepared episode. We've totally haven't been spending the last 3 minutes trying to throw something together. So we have an episode to give to you. That's right. We're prepared. We're constant professionals. So, yeah, let's just jump into it, guys. Let's do a deep dive. Let's dive in.
Let's go.
All right. So our first bit of news for the episode is Louis C.K. did a 15-minute stand-up set. His first after he got fired from pretty much everything for showing his dick to women who did not want to see it.
Wow.
You didn't know about that?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
That's a colorful person.
Yeah. Like straight up, like, whipping it out. Yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't do that. Don't do that.
He did it. And he got fired from everything. He got fired from Secret Life of Pets. He lost his FX show. Yeah. So he did his first set after coming back, and some people are a little upset about it. You know, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's been a bit of time. It's been like 6 months, I think, since all of that went down with him. I don't really know how to feel about it, but at the same time, like, maybe the guy deserves a shot coming back.
Maybe.
Louie. Oh my god! Why'd you pull that out? Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. It seems like every week there's like a new actor or something who gets, in trouble for this stuff. Like, it amazes me, like, how people don't understand, like, don't show your penis to people who don't want to see it. Or in some cases, it's not even a penis. Sometimes it could be a vagina, Tim.
That's how.
I can tell you how. So,
please elaborate on this colorful image you have painted for my fragile little brain.
So, Tim, as you are blatantly unaware of everything that goes on in the world,
I kind of am.
Yeah, you're in your own little bubble. It's okay.
I like my bubble.
Your bubble. Bubble. Anyway, so girlfriend of the late Anthony Bourdain was Asia Argento. She was in Triple X and a couple other movies and stuff, like in the early 2000s that were big blockbusters. She was one of the people that accused Harvey Weinstein of doing inappropriate things and sexual abuse and stuff and all that stuff when the Me Too stuff really blew up last year. She was one of the biggest Me Too people. She like slept with like a 17-year-old when she was 33 that she had like contact with, like, when he was as young as like 12.
That just sounds cringy. As you're telling me, I'm like cringing over here.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that.
Yeah. So the it's one of those odd things to where she's been really the face of the whole Me Too thing, like one of the people that's really been out there for it, and now she's getting accused of the same kind of stuff. Like, there's straight up a picture of her in bed, topless, with this 17-year-old boy.
Mm.
Yeah.
How, I do have to ask, how did they get that picture?
It was a picture she took of them in bed.
Oh, so she's not only morally wrong, she's just plain stupid.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty much.
I can live with that.
Yeah, it's a big nightmare. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is damaging to some of the Me Too stuff because of the fact that, she's one of the people that was out there with it, and she was doing the same kind of stuff to somebody else. And no matter what, like, there's people that are saying, "Oh yeah, when I was 17, I'd love to be banging a hottie like that." That doesn't make it right.
No, it actually disturbs me somewhat.
Yeah, and I don't know. She was paying hush money to keep him quiet, the same kind of stuff that Harvey Weinstein was doing. It's very, icky, icky. Yeah, like, apparently, allegedly, this isn't really allegedly because this is based off a text she sent somebody else, and these texts were all leaked. Um, Asia Argento was broke at the time, and this guy pretty much was like, "I'm gonna go forward with this story." Now this adds another aspect to it. Like, he could have been fishing for money, but still, she did this, and was pretty much he wanted hush money. And Anthony Bourdain, before he died, went and secured $350,000 in hush money, pretty much, for this kid because she was broke, and he's not a kid anymore. I think he's like in his early 20s now. But she did all this when he was younger. This is very Hollywood is a terrible place.
I'm, yeah, I gather.
Yeah. This is something that, like, to me was disheartening because of the fact that, to find out that, I'm a huge Anthony Bourdain fan. Like, when I heard that he committed suicide, that was, like, heartbreaking to me. Like, that was like, dang. And then to find
The,
out that, like, he had this really negative person around him that, he had to, pretty much bail out from a sex scandal because she was accusing somebody else of a sex scandal is, to me, beyond. I don't know. It's messed up. It's very sucky.
it's a whole lot of that drama stuff that a lot of people just really don't even want to be involved in, and yet are involved in.
Yeah, it adds more complexity to the fact that there are real victims who've done nothing wrong, and then there's her, and she may have been a victim. I'm inclined to believe that sure, Harvey Weinstein was a scumbag, and maybe he raped her, maybe he did this stuff to her, whatever. But the fact is that she was still doing the same kind of stuff. She's still a predator, and I don't know. It's like a pot calling a kettle black.
Yeah, it's
Can you say that anymore? Can you say pot calling a kettle black? Like,
yes, yes, you can. I
okay,
think that is a very valid statement for that situation.
I don't know. It's gonna hurt other people that are coming out of this because it's gonna. I don't know. I feel really bad because Hollywood is such a scummy, terrible place, and this just adds a whole nother layer of grime to it. And the only thing worse, and I want to bring this up real quick, than all of that are the guys that are like, oh, when I was a kid, I'd like her to be my mommy, like that kind of stuff.
Ugh.
I forgot to tell you about this part. She played this guy's mother in a movie, which is just another layer of creepy. Like when he was 12, they were in a movie together, and she played his mother.
I have
Yeah.
I have I have qualms.
Go ahead.
How? I just how does a normal human being find things like that to be acceptable?
To me, it's just one of those. I don't know. I think it's just a lack of moral being in Hollywood. Like legitimately, like I'm not even talking from like a religious moral perspective or anything. I'm talking about strictly from just being a decent human being. Like there is a huge lack of that in Hollywood. Like beyond anything. And it's just another symptom of that. And the fact is, because of her, other people who are bringing up accusations, she's going to be the first person that the people that are naysayers about all this stuff are going to bring up. And that sucks. Because there are actual survivors of, rape and abuse in Hollywood by people in positions of power who don't deserve that at all.
No, definitely not. It's
Yeah.
no. I have no words. Just flat out no words.
Well, now that we all need a shower, let's go get on to the meat of our episode and go talk about the DC. What are they calling this service? Is it going to be
It,
DC Day? What is it? DC Daily, DC All Access?
as far as I've seen, it's DC Universe. Um, it's literally, which is weird for them to call it because there's already a DC Universe online, but it's literally just DC Universe, as far as I've heard, for the live streaming, for the comic books, for all of that stuff. If anybody caught the Kevin Smith show, it was a great show. He was actually introducing a new show that is going to be ran by the DC All Access team, I guess.
That'll also be
Um,
starring his daughter.
wow.
Yeah, Harley Quinn Smith. Yeah,
That's actually pretty friggin' cool. I did not catch that part.
yeah. His daughter. Like, I'll tell you what. Like, you want to talk about somebody positive in Hollywood? It's that guy. Like, he'll promote the crap out of his daughter. Like, Kevin
Oh
Smith.
yeah.
Kevin Smith is the guy everybody in Hollywood should be.
Yeah, Kevin Smith is he's Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
There's no comparison.
that's
Um,
yeah.
but there's a couple of bigger points. The first one, the one that hurts me the most, is that it will not be available on consoles yet. They did say that they heard us and they're it's in the works and everything, but right now they're focused on pushing it out on the Roku's, the standard streaming devices, and the mobile devices.
Yeah, but you can always
And
Chromecast it. So does that really matter?
I mean, I don't have a Chromecast, so
I have a Chromecast enabled TV, so I mean, I'm set.
yeah, no, I'm going to have to go buy something in order to watch it on my big screen. But the good news outside of that is it starts. Uh, it launches on September 15th.
Yeah, that's coming up in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, coming up real quick, and it's actually super exciting because it's been in the works for so long, and we've all been so excited for it. Um,
So you'll be able to purchase comic books on there, right?
I
And
believe
and they'll also have free stuff that you can stream.
I believe it provides free comic books.
Yeah, yeah. There's free stuff and there's stuff you can buy and
So there's stuff like that. I saw one of the ones was what was the one they introduced it with? They showed the artist for one of the Batman origin stories looking at his art on his TV, which was kind of actually a pretty cool thing. The way the comic book works, I don't know if you've used the um, what are they called? There's an app for DC Comics. If you've used that where it zooms in on each panel and you just kind of scroll through the panels instead of through the pages, it's really cool because it makes the whole panel the size of your smartphone or tablet or whatever device you're using. And it does kind of the same situation on the TV from what I've seen. I need to drink water.
You don't need to drink water, Tim. Drink pure ethyl alcohol. Are you drinking out of a gallon jug? You slob. It looks like you're drinking bleach.
Cool.
Didn't I say this last week?
Don't try that at home.
I think I said that last week, too. That looks like you're drinking bleach every time you drink out of that thing.
So basically, it has access to comics, movies, and TV shows included with the membership. I don't know if that includes all comics or just select few comics like we had with the free app anyway. I'm hoping it's all comics. I'm hoping you can just go in, download a comic book, and read it on your TV, whatever comic you want to read, because you're paying for the service. That would make this price that I'm coming up to next worth it.
Yeah.
Here at the price, we are looking at $85 a year.
Yeah, $74.99 for all that content.
Or $8 a month, depending on how you pay. I would definitely recommend doing yearly because the year you're getting 2 months free. But yeah, I mean that's a pretty hefty price, and we're getting all of our TV shows. We're getting all of our childhood TV shows from some of the stuff I've heard. They have some other shows that look really insanely cool that they're adding to it. You know, a fly landing on your eye.
It won't leave me alone.
And then we have comic book access, which is a really exciting thing for people who just want to read comics.
Yeah.
Me, I'm still going to buy my paperbacks, but I won't read them now because I will have the mobile access to them. So there's no reason for me to read them. I can buy them, keep them in pristine condition, put them in a file cabinet or a drawer somewhere and make them maintain their value until I can sell whatever for one that a lot of people destroyed, I guess.
I don't know.
Weird.
I really hope with a service like this they can release some of my favorite trades, because I loved V for Vendetta, which is Vertigo, or wait, what imprint of DC? Anyway, whatever imprint of DC did that, or Watchmen. Just there's a few trades that I just love, and I go back and revisit and reread, and I prefer reading on a screen than I do paper, so it's
Definitely
easier on my eyes. I can do it in the dark.
It's going to be the way I'm going to be because I read comics on my screen anyway when I go to bed every night with this for like an hour before, and until I get sleepy, and then I'll put it down and pass out. But we have some other. I actually just found some of the shows that are going to be added into it.
Okay.
We have a show based off Harley Quinn.
Yep.
That's exciting.
For
we have
dorks who like Harley Quinn.
Anyway, we have Doom Patrol, Stargirl, Swamp Thing. Everybody knew about Swamp Thing. Stargirl, actually, they revealed the emblem, the logo for it during the conference. We have Metropolis, which I believe is that one that's already out on one of the other TV channels. It's about no, that's a different one because that's Krypton. That's out on a different show. I don't know what Metropolis is. I haven't heard anything about that. Metropolis as it was before Superman arrived. So it sounds like yeah, that actually.
So it's kind of like it's Gotham?
Yeah,
it's pretty much Gotham.
It's Gotham.
It's Gotham.
But Metropolis.
They're just doing Gotham again,
yeah, repeat.
They just ran that show into the ground, so they're gonna run another show into the ground just like it.
There is.
But wait, they won't have Alfred there just to straight up deck a woman. Like, I don't even know if you know what I'm talking about, but in an episode of Gotham, like in the first season, there's a
Yeah.
woman. This is a very memeable moment from the show, like in the first season of Gotham, where she like knocks on the door and she's like, "Our car broke down," and then Alfred just straight up decks her, and then like these assassin guys come out, and it was like some kind of plot. But like, my point was like, how do you know? Because like that could have ended one of two ways.
It was funny. Um,
That's not a
speaking of
woman. That's a man, man.
speaking of the DC All Access show that they're getting, I just basically Kevin Smith is going to take it for a solid. It says at least the first episode, and then eventually Tiffany Smith and Hector Navarro are going to take over, who are the cast of DC All Access. Surprise special guest over there loves Hector Navarro. Um, and then we
Um,
have
John Barrowman, the guy who played Captain Jack Harkness on Doctor Who, will be on it. He will be on the
yeah,
show they're doing.
there's going to be a lot of it's DC Daily is what it's called. There's going to
Yeah,
be a lot of special guests. There's going to be prize giveaways and so much more. And they're doing it all next to the Bat Missile. It is a permanent part of the set now, is the Bat Missile. um, so that's all really exciting. It's even the little show that's starting as just kind of like a basically DC All Access, but on such a broader level, fully endorsed by DC and everything, with giveaways and everything. It's gonna be worth it to watch it, even if you're not interested in a lot of the, even if you don't want to follow everything that's going on and just kind of watch one every week.
yeah.
There's gonna
Um,
be giveaways. Watch one every week. You know.
yeah. One of the other people that is going to be on it is going to be Harley Quinn Smith, as I mentioned earlier, which is kind of cool too. So that's she's really interesting, even though her father is totally like bolstering her career with his heart attack. Like, I wish I had a father who could have a heart attack and make me lots of promotional stuff for the stuff I'm doing.
Yeah. Um, I would like that too. That'd actually be pretty neat. Well, minus the heart attack part. Just
Oh, dude, this is on video now. So like, yeah, next time I see your dad, I'm just gonna tell him like Tim wants you to have a heart attack.
no, I don't.
It's serious. As a heart attack? No, as a shark attack.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff coming out of the CBS All Access. No, DC Universe.
That's a different service,
Oh,
sir.
CBS All Access is terrible. We're talking about the good one.
I do not ever want to see there be a PBS All Access.
I said CBS All Access.
Or that. I don't want to see either of those.
CBS All Access does exist. That's where you can watch all the Star Treks at.
No, really?
Yeah.
That hurts me on a deep and personal level.
Yeah.
Why? So I was actually listening to something the other day, and it was a quick. They were talking about DC doing this streaming service and the cost of it and everything like that. And basically, we're getting into a position where Netflix and Hulu are going to be phased out entirely, and it's going to be people paying for the specific ones that they want to watch, and that's it. Or the other side's going to happen where we're going to have all these DC streaming services, or all these streaming services. They will eventually they'll have to collapse because a lot of them are going to go out of business. Some of the other ones are going to have to pick them up because those shows, that's where they're going to be available to watch, is on the streaming services. So some other streaming service will pick up these guys when they collapse, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I just think it's part of the transition away from cable and satellite TV. Like,
Yes,
think
but
about how much money people pay for satellite TV. Like people will pay like $249 a month. So if they get rid of that and then they get all this stuff, like it takes a lot of streaming services to make up $249 a month.
Well, like I was saying, or packages. We will see packages to like like satellite and cable and everything. We'll start seeing packages where it's basically the same thing. It's just through your internet. You're streaming it, and you're gonna have those packages for this, these services that you want to keep track of, and that's basically how that's gonna end up. One of those three ways. But in the long run, it's got to get cheaper.
Like I think I'm ever heading closer to the day that I don't have cable. And I think it's as soon as something like Sling TV gets their stuff together on their sports packages, because I'm a hockey fan. That's a big one for me. Like, if I can't watch my hockey and stuff, like, that's a killer. So that cable's got me there. And really, if they can get some of that stuff narrowed in, I might switch to something like Sling TV. As of right now, I can do my streaming services. I have Hulu, I have Netflix, I have Amazon, I have YouTube Premium.
What?
I have YouTube Premium.
See, I have Hulu, I have my dad's Netflix, and that's it.
Well, okay, and here's where it gets worse. Not only do I have YouTube Premium, I also have Spotify, so I completely defeat the best purpose of YouTube Premium, which is YouTube Music.
What? I don't even pay for Spotify.
Yeah, I have all these subscription services.
Why?
Because you can't miss the shows that I gotta watch. Like, I have, one show on Hulu I have to watch, and then I have, one show on Amazon I have to watch, and then I have, 2 shows on Netflix I watch, and then YouTube Premium because there's Cobra Kai, and also I hate ads.
You really watch Cobra Kai?
Yeah, that was really good.
That looks like
It was
I haven't seen it.
It was really good. It's like Emmy material. Like, it's a really good show.
Really?
Yeah, like Cobra Kai, that kicked ass. Like, I can't wait for season 2. Like, if YouTube could do more stuff like that, they might be more competitive. Because the fact that they went through this whole thing where they're doing these really crappy celebrity shows with, Kevin Hart, where he goes to the gym. I think that's the entire thing that he does. He just goes to the gym. They have a show where Kevin Hart just goes to the gym and stuff.
Why? What?
I don't know. I don't watch it. It sounds terrible.
Herka-durka-durk, I go to the gym.
Say it with your chest! Don't say the next part, Tim. Do not say the next part of that joke. Otherwise, we'll get in PewDiePie trouble. And then we'll lose our YouTube Premium show that we're going to get.
Oh yeah? We're gonna get a YouTube Premium show? Doing what?
I don't know. What we're good at.
Which is?
I don't know, man. We're gonna be famous, yo. We're gonna be famous. You know what? I don't even want to direct that kind of negativity in my life right now, Tim. I don't need it. But we're just gonna move on to the next thing I want to talk about, and that's the episode 9 of Star Wars is well underway into production because they have to make a Star Wars movie every year.
Yeah, I think that was part of the initial agreement or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. So after Solo was kind of a flop, and the Force Awakens was polarizing. That's a good way to put it. It was polarizing.
I still haven't seen Solo.
Solo is really good. Like, you really should watch it. Like, it's a good heist movie. It's fun. It's good.
The thing is for me, they're just releasing they were doing 2 a year, and I can't go to the movies that much. I don't have the time.
It's like, again, I'm a sucker. Like, I'm a degenerate moviegoer. Like, I was hanging out one night and one of my coworkers was talking to me about. I was like, "What is your thing? What is your like? What is your like vice? Like, what do you do?" And I'm like, "I go to the movies a ton. I am a degenerate moviegoer. That is my vice. Like, I see probably up to 40 movies a year in theaters."
At like $10 a ticket.
Well, see, here's a funny story about that.
It's about $10 a ticket.
Here's where it gets funny. So I have rewards memberships to all the movie theaters. I go to the movies so much that at one particular theater, I have now gotten to a free movie like twice. Like the first time, like the box office lady made a big deal about it, and now I got like another one, and like another box office lady was like, "Wow, you got a free movie next time." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my second one I've got." Like that's how many movies I see. Like I just get free movies. Like it's like the gamblers who get the hotel rooms.
You realize that that's still like $400 in movies.
Well, plus I take my wife and I take my mom to some of them, and sometimes I take my friends.
Okay, you take your wife, your mom, your friend, so that's an extra 400. So you're spending like $800 a year in just going to see movies.
Oh, but I also
Plus
buy popcorn.
popcorn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's the worst part. That is the worst part, is the popcorn.
You're gouging yourself, mate.
I am a degenerate moviegoer. Okay, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't gamble my money away. I go see movies. Like everybody's got to have their vice. Everybody. And that's my vice. Anyway, so yeah, episode 9's well into production now, and they have Matt Smith, which just so you guys know, he's like he's the 12th Doctor on Doctor Who. Ask Casey real quick. Is Casey still there?
Casey.
Which
Matt
Doctor was
Smith,
Matt?
which Doctor?
What number?
11.
11. He's the 11th Doctor. See?
By the way, guys, this is Casey.
Wave high. Wave high.
Processor on YouTube. I don't ever post, but if you guys like my page, then maybe I may make stuff.
That was
All right.
Processor?
Processor. It's like processor, but with RAW.
There you go. And he is a Doctor Who fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much an encyclopedia. And all
The first ever episode of Doctor Who I ever watched was with him.
2005.
Yeah.
Like, so you guys know, like the first ever episode of Doctor Who I ever really watched was with Casey. Like, oh, he can't hear that right now, but he probably
He
doesn't,
cannot.
He probably doesn't know that. Ask him if he knows that.
The first episode of Doctor Who Phillip ever watched was with you. Did you know that?
Oh. Yeah, it was probably at Jake's house.
Yeah, it was at Jake's house.
I was trying to show Jake, but it's a heavy show to get into.
Yeah, I can't. I have a hard time getting into it just because of,
It's lame.
I mean, how deep into it is.
Not to mention, it's hard to get into it when you could essentially be watching an episode that's part of the the actual storyline and be lost and not know what's going on, or filler and it's not that good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's...
don't get me wrong, there are some filler that are great, like Blink, it's the ultimate, but
This is some geek stuff you're not going to get, Tim. This is going over your head. But I agree with
Here,
everything.
you want to just...
Yeah, we're just going to turn this to a Doctor Who podcast. Like we're just going to... This is just going to be a Doctor Who podcast now. Like, this is got hijacked. Like, whatever. See, I stopped watching Doctor Who during the Peter Capaldi era.
Peter Capaldi it's a very flawed, but very great. There's a lot of good things about it. Peter Capaldi is fantastic throughout the entire thing. But the thing is in my personal opinion, I think Clara ruined it. Like, I think she should have, like, when they chose to try and do her death, they did. Because they undercut one of the best moments in all of Doctor Who, which is the Doctor getting back on Gallifrey with her. So it's like he's going back to his home planet, which has been part of his arc since New Who came out in 2005, and then they undercut it by him going to Gallifrey just to save Clara by like snatching her out of the time or the moment where she was supposed to die, and now she's caught in like two different heartbeats. It's just like it was like you really built it up in Heaven Sent, and then in Hell Bent I was like, oh cool, he's back on Gallifrey, he's gonna start kicking some ass, and he didn't.
Well,
Like he kind of did. He kind of did, but
yeah.
for the wrong reasons.
Well, my big thing with Doctor Who, and I actually want to talk to you about this real quick because I think it's something cool because I can't talk to stuff about Tim.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite modern Doctor? Like since they brought the series back.
Matt Smith, hands down. That man, the way he plays it is just he's got this silliness and goofiness, but underneath is this boiling, just hot, like ice, like a sliver of ice in his heart, just a seething rage that when it comes out, it's scary. It's like you have like a super nice granddad, and then one day he gets like super pissed and like breaks a bunch of furniture, and it really scares the shit out of you. Then he goes back to being your grandpa the next day, and it's like, okay, well, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah. With me, it's Christopher Eccleston because I like my old man. I like my old man Logan Doctor. Like that's what he is. Like
yeah.
And I think it's a real shame they couldn't get him to come back for the big anniversary special.
Dude,
they had to get.
Go. Sorry.
They had to get what's his face who played the War Doctor.
John Hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really. That like if Eccleston would have come back, that whole scene in the mausoleum or the underground or the prison or wherever they were, would have been like so much more intense. Because he's like right after the Time War, so like having to hear Eleven saying that it's like, oh, I forgot how many people died on Gallifrey, and Eccleston would have just torn him apart.
Yeah, it's such a shame because I think I like the fact that he was so against playing the character, but he wanted to do such a good job. Like that is one of the most professional.
He's a fantastic actor. Yeah.
Like true professional, like through and through. He did not like the character. He took the job and did it and did a great job. And I think he is the most underrated out of the modern Doctors. Like
from what I've read, the reason like he had kind of a falling out with BBC, and he's been very professional about it and trying not to like disclose personal details. Like the most he's pretty much said about it was the BBC. Did not treat him very well, and then they kind of like put words in his mouth, and like I guess they like announced that he was leaving before he had wanted to make like that announcement himself or anything along those lines, before he was comfortable with it. So like. Yeah, it was just a rough go for him. I completely understand his reasons for not coming back. Like, but it would have been fantastic with him, and would have had no need for the War Doctor and to complicate the timeline more than it already was.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna try to get back into Doctor Who just because I just don't like Peter Capaldi. He's a good actor. I just can't. I don't like him as the character.
Yeah. I think honestly, it was weird for me because to me, this was the first. I loved Peter Capaldi. I didn't like Clara. I loved Bill Potts. He was really cool. But I felt like they could have done like a lot better with him. Because he's a fantastic actor and he definitely delivered the part. And it's one of those whole. I look at this man and I go, okay, that's the Doctor. Like he looks like he knows what he's talking about. Like. He looks like he's the center of attention, as the Doctor should always be. But like I said, they could have done better with him.
Yeah,
just the storylines they gave him just were kind of lukewarm. I couldn't really, comment on any of them because a lot of them were kind of forgettable. But like he had some great speeches. There were some really great moments. But yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm excited for the next series to come out. I'm gonna give it a real shot to try to watch it. Again,
have you heard it? Sorry, go ahead.
What's the actress who's going to be playing the Doctor?
Jodie Whittaker.
Jodie Whittaker. So one thing I didn't like was she really did like put down like kind of the sci-fi fantasy aspect of
Mm.
the whole Doctor Who series and everything. But I don't know. I think that really she's a good actress. I want to see what she can do, and if she can do the
Yeah.
character justice, I mean, Christopher
Yeah,
Eccleston put
definitely.
that same stuff down, and he's my favorite Doctor, so maybe she can,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very interested.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what she can do. She looks like she's gonna, and I'm excited to see the TARDIS full of people that are not trying to get in the Doctor's pants for once. Like Bill Potts, honestly, I think was the first, and maybe Catherine Tate's character. What is her name? Donna
Yeah.
Noble. So Donna Noble, like, yeah, they obviously she was like probably the first companion in the series that didn't follow the Doctor because she wanted to get into his pants. Like, definitely, um, Amy Pond was like definitely all over him
Yeah.
in the beginning, and then Clara and Eleven had a lot of that flirty romantic chemistry, and then right when he turned into Capaldi, he was like, okay, I got an old face. I realize how old I am. I gotta cut this shit off. Like, and then he had a very interesting and platonic relationship with Bill Potts, and I liked Bill Potts a lot. So I'm glad to see it's going to be full. The TARDIS is full of people, full of more people. Just to be honest, like full of three. It's going to be. She's going to have 3 companions to start out, which is exciting because it's always been either 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Since New Who started, and they have 3 people in there, and like I said, it's not going to be all based around the flirting and the sexual tension and the whatnot. And it's like, yeah, it was cute for a second, but like, this guy's over 2,000 years old.
Yeah. It's it's the same thing like I brought up, with Twilight, because I was like, isn't it kind of creepy that there's like this guy. He looks like he's a teenager, but
Mhm.
he's like 107 years old and he's getting at this 17-year-old girl like
Yeah, definitely.
and
That was
it's
like that was just like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like,
yeah. Like
that seems kind of creepy-ish.
like most of the Doctor's romantic companions are women in their early 20s.
20s. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. London women in their early 20s.
That could be a
And
really
it,
killer name for a band.
um, that's like I was listening to Game Grumps, and I love them. But one of my favorite bits was when Danny was reading out bands that he heard at I think it was a music festival or something along the lines, and one of them was Betty White Titfuck. So, but yeah, London women in their early 20s.
That's right.
So,
I'll write that one down. All right. All right. Well, can you pass it back over to Tim and we'll finish up
yeah,
the show?
no problem.
Thanks for talking about that. That's kind
Yeah,
of cool.
it was my
That was
pleasure.
a fun little
Thanks for
segment.
having me on. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
can join us sometime too on the show.
Yeah.
Like maybe in a little bit more of a we'll
Mm.
be able to get you actually patched in as opposed to having to
Yeah.
pass Tim's phone around.
That sounds like fun. I'm always free when I'm not working, so like I got nothing better to do,
Yeah.
especially
All right.
on Mondays.
All right. That's when we do the show, so that's perfect.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's TM.
Here's Timmy.
Hello, y'all.
All right. Yeah. So, did you understand anything that we were talking about?
No, I basically just kind of spaced out for most of it and did other stuff.
That's right. Were you jealous, Tim? Were you jealous somebody took your daddy from you?
No, what? No. Don't be weird.
I'm always weird, Tim. All right. Well, anyway, Star Wars Episode 9 is under production. J.J. Abrams, I'm excited because it sounds like they're going to do some real changes. And Matt Smith from Doctor Who's going to be in it. And yeah.
It's pretty exciting. Sorry, my stand is like...
Why can't they just do The Force Awakens again? Like, I love The Force Awakens. Like, that was a good movie. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay.
Backpack.
I don't know. I love The Force Awakens. Like I really,
It was good. Um,
I don't want another The Last Jedi though. I don't want that. I am just I want a good movie. I want a good Star Wars movie. And if there's another bad one, then that would mean there are more bad Star Wars movies
whoa.
than there are good Star Wars movies.
Whoa, watch yourself there, bud.
Okay, I'm gonna go over the definitive list of bad Star Wars movies. Okay, are you ready for this, Tim? Because I'm gonna blow your mind. Okay, A New Hope is not a good movie. It's an art film by a young director who didn't know what he was doing.
Okay.
The Phantom Menace, while it was a fun popcorn movie, it wasn't a good movie. Number 3, okay? Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars movie, and no one can defend it.
I don't know. I like 3.
Revenge of the Sith is corny as hell.
I liked it though.
No!
Listen, it was right as I was coming out of my like main teenage years into being young adulthood-ish. I got tacos all over my table. Hold on. Okay.
Okay, so let's see. That brings us The Last Jedi. That's 4 bad Star Wars movies, okay? Like, they really need to pull it together, because if not, there will be more bad Star Wars movies than there are good Star Wars movies. Like, it balances it out that the Star... Oh, that is a terrible noise, Tim. Please stop. It balances it out that the Star Wars story movies have been really good. It's just, like... Rogue One was widely praised, and it was a good movie, and it was a solid, fun movie with a bummer ending, which I loved. I love that it had a bummer ending.
Okay.
Like, so, but to be fair, the Star Wars story movies balance it out. But oh, the Clone Wars movie with the Jabba the Hutt baby, that was terrible too. Do you remember that?
I do not.
Okay.
That was a Clone Wars movie?
Yeah, there was a Clone Wars movie. It was even in theaters. It was technically the last Star Wars movie that was released in theaters while Lucasfilm was independent.
Huh. I never saw it.
Yeah, it's there was like a Jabba the Hutt baby character. I don't remember who it was. He got kidnapped by some other bounty hunter guys who were like up to no good. They started causing trouble in the neighborhood. And then Anakin
got in one little fight, and Padme got scared.
And then for some reason, Anakin got a Padawan, which is how we ended up with the Clone Wars 3D
yeah,
series.
but that was like a really good series.
The series was good. The movie was terrible. Like, you should rewatch that. It's awful. It is awful.
I'll have to see if I can find it on Netflix.
It was the very first thing they did with the new Clone Wars stuff.
Oh no! See, I can't remember ever seeing it because I can't name how he gets Ahsoka.
That's how he gets her as a Padawan.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't remember, so that means I must not have seen it.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for more Star Wars. I always am, and then if I'm disappointed, I'll be disappointed.
I think they just need to make sure that they do an Obi-Wan movie.
Dude, there is so much setup for a good Obi-Wan movie.
Seriously,
with like so much expanded universe stuff, because you haven't even seen Solo, and Solo has that stuff in it. It's just like
really, like it touches on the stuff.
It takes a lot of the expanded universe stuff and makes it canon, like really cool stuff. Like it's fun. You need to see that movie. All right, well, Tim, it appears we've reached the top of our show. Is there anything you would like to tell our audience?
Read comics. They're the best form of literature. Objectively.
Literally, no.
Objectively.
Tim, there was such a thing as the 90s.
I don't know what you're talking about. That never existed.
The 90s existed. There were comic books that came out in the 90s.
I know, and they're awesome.
And everybody's got muscles, like, straight up, like everybody's got an 18-pack, a full 18-pack going on. Yeah. All right, well, we'll talk it at you next time, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the Entertainment Kit and Ralasinchains, which is this channel, and Pornosaurus Rex or whatever Casey's channel is. I'll get a link to that.
It was Rossessor, not Pornosaurus Rex.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, guys, we'll talk it at you next time. Bye-bye.